Well, Jerry and Joyce, you can see there's the tractor, and here is the vineyard. And it is amazing because all of that growth that you're looking at there, okay, is from all the rains. And you can just see the dent that is being made by the tractor going over one of the rows. We're looking at over, 200 some odd acres of vineyard here. But the other thing I wanted to show you, it's finally happening. This is my white wisteria arbor, which I planted 3 years ago. Again, you have to have patience with flowers. But the wisteria arbor is so beautiful, and it has come into full bloom. I picked the white color because it matches some of the other beautiful whites in the garden as well. Right here you can see it. And of course the roses are going to be amazing this year. Let me take you down here and I will show you how we've organized it. So this is the main garden. There's Jackie. She loves to get up and run in the morning. And just to give you an idea, you asked about the roses. Well, right over here there are 5 dedicated orange roses from a company called Weeks, Weeks. And when I got them, they were not leafed out, but you can see now they've been here for about a month and they are doing really great. These will all be in the orange color, Olivia's favorite color. And of course this is where we sit to look out to the front garden here every day, which is so beautiful. And I'll take you over here. This is the main garden, main rose garden I should say. There's about 56 specimens here. And these were all pre-planted by Pat Katsky, who was the former owner and builder of the house and the property. There's a variety of roses here. Many of them are red-topped. And you can see right here, these are the blooms. These roses are now almost 27 years old, and their rootstock here is just great. Look at the canes. You can see how well they are doing. Roses of this nature can last up to probably more than 50 to 60 years, depending upon how they are cared for. I take great time here in the garden to maintain them, along with help, of course, because we can't do it all. And here's one of our very first roses. This is called a wood rose, and I love it because it's such a pastel pink. And this is what it looks like when it begins to bud. But now we're going to move over to the beginning of the O&J Memorial Garden. So we started to plant some of the roses that were coming from guests and fans, fans of Olivia's. And this is what they look like when they get here. They're kind of spindly. The canes are very thin, but you can see that within time they will burgeon out. Here's an example of a really beautiful David Austin rose. This I planted almost about 7 years ago when we first bought the property. These are very delicate and very well scented. Now we'll come over here. Here's our vegetable garden, which we've got going with really beautiful tomatoes from Burpee catalog. And I recommend if you do anything on your terrace that you use Burpee, Burpee, to order your vegetables. They come very beautifully prepared and ready to be planted. Here's our nectarine tree. It's going to produce nectarines, as it always has. Now we'll walk into the beginning of the O&J garden on this side of the property. So if you look over here, you'll see some beautiful orangey red roses. These are called Rio Sambas, and they were a gift from a nursery I deal with here. So we have invested in some beautiful, beautiful roses, which produce the color that Olivia just loved, the red tips on the end and that great orangey color. And you can see here's one that is just budding out. It's quite beautiful. And then over here is one of the other roses that has already bloomed. And then here is a vegetable garden. It is called a keyhole. And I love this keyhole because you don't have to bend down and kill yourself at a level in which your back hurts after you've done the work. This you just bend lightly, put in your plants. These are going to be romas and peppers, which will be really great. And here's a far view of the garden from over here, and of course the house up here. Jim put together this arbor, which I just love, and we have planted a beautiful red rose. Uh-oh, we got a problem right here. Some animal must have gotten in here. And what I need to do is get some green tape before this falls apart, because I want to put it back up so that it will trellis over this beautiful arbor. And down here is another beautiful rose which will trellis over the other side right there. This one is called the Above All, which is a beautiful, beautiful rose. And over here in the smaller interior garden, right opposite the house, here, I'll show you what we've done here. So on this property when we bought it, there were two amazing heirloom roses that had been planted by Pat Katsky. These you do not see very often because they take forever. This is called a Sally Holmes, and it's just topping out now. This beautiful rose produces 5 roses on one stem. It is just a beautiful, beautiful specimen. Here's an example of an heirloom rose that I planted 3 years ago. It hasn't yet flowered in this direction, but it will. Here's Jackie's Pool. Here we have roses that were sent from Olivia's fans, and you can see here's a very healthy stalk right here. This one is called Dawn Chorus, and you can see that the leaves have already come about. You come over here, here's another one from a fan of Olivia's, and this is a beautiful Sierra Sunbelt rose. Here's an example of one that's taking a lot more time. Again, a Sierra Sunbelt rose. And then we come over here, and again, this rose was purchased from a nursery. So it is doing so much better. You can see the little buds. The buds are becoming out. They're just coming out now, which is a good thing because I didn't see them before, and now I can see them. And then that's looking out towards the carriage house garden. And I'll take you on that on another time because it takes a while to get over there. And I have guests over there. But you can see all the bearded irises are full bloom right now. Looking at the garden here, you can see I planted all of these, which are great. A friend of mine gave me some of her extra ones. And these are just so beautiful. They're not fragrant, but they really do encompass this beautiful vista here, which we're able to see. This is our big peach tree, which last year yielded over 2 bushels of peaches. Right here is a Santa Rosa plum, which has also produced some wonderful but tart tasting plums, which I love, and my mom loved as well. So here you have it. You've seen the Vineyard House garden, and the next time I do a video, I will show you the carriage house gardens, which are just as beautiful. And looking off into the distance, we see the vineyard, we see Lady Grace, and we see home right here, and Jackie O. Love you both, and I hope you do plan to motor up at some point. I think you'd love it, and we'd love having you.